All right, guys. Just doing another test, actually. Let me just quickly check that this is actually going on to YouTube right now. Do, 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 do. Come on. Don't think it is. Well, it's saying that I'm live. It's telling me how many viewers I don't have. And let me go on to my channel. Or is that just going to take me to my Google Plus page? Yeah, it's taking me to my Google Plus page. Let me see. Yeah. Foolish drinker. Radio silence. Gotta love it. Alright, showing up on my front page. Do you know what? I'll open the video, see if I get any comments while I'm doing this, because I'll probably be here for a few minutes actually, just testing stuff. Please bear with me because my computer is slow as hell right now. But at least it's working. That's the main thing, I suppose. So, I might post the link to this in the Facebook group that I'm part of, or the Facebook messaging group. See if anyone else wants to pop in. Two people watching. One's probably myself because I've got the actual YouTube page open. But yeah. I should have got prepared before I did this. Yeah. Facebook can stay open as well. All right then. Now my computer froze. Wonderful. Let me see. There we go. So, one viewer. Hello. Well, as soon as I say hello, who goes, of course. I hope this is playing okay. Yeah, I can close that for now. But, yeah, just doing a little bit of a test. Going through YouTube itself. Because some of you may remember that really awkward test video that I did on Tuesday, trying out all the encoders and that sort of thing. Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews was also doing that. And of course, the day after, I find a very simple video showing you how to go live through YouTube, still invite people, and still have people commenting on the video as they are watching it. And I have to thank Lee Russell for that, actually, because I was watching him doing his like little test thing, his little boredom test thing, and he was just talking about setting up for YouTube, and it just clicked. And then I did a very basic search on YouTube to work this out. Tried it. It works perfectly fine. Of course, I didn't broadcast because I wanted to avoid this situation where I'd be talking to nobody about absolutely fuck all. Even though that live video that I did post, the test one, pretty much got more views than my average videos do, my actual beer reviews. But yeah, just testing this out because, of course, on Tuesday we couldn't do a live hangout with people. And yeah, the way this is going so far, we can do it. Pretty much the same, just going through a different route. And I stand by the fact that Google absolutely sucks. Because why get rid of the regular like Hangout stuff? I mean, I know it's so they can get people to get into YouTube Live. It's just to get more ad revenue, that sort of thing. And but yeah, the fact that the option that I was looking for was right under my nose and was the way that a lot of people have been doing Hangouts in the past, it kind of made me feel a bit daft, I won't lie. But yeah, 2 viewers. Hello. Again, I acknowledge the second viewer, and that person leaves. Oh well. So, I might as well make this into a little bit of a chat, homebrew Saturday sort of thing. I don't know. Once I've run out of ideas, I'll put the link in the Facebook message group that I'm part of to see if anybody else has the time to come in. But yeah, I've got a couple of things to talk about actually. The first one is I've just ordered. This is my first online beer order as well. The Siren Rainbow Project 2016. I did initially begin my ordering process through Honest Brew, but because they were having so many people trying to get in on this, it of course was, you know, affecting their servers and that sort of thing, which is good for them because, you know, they've got people coming over to their website, but it's also bad for them because it's making their website grind to a halt. And unfortunately, I ended up going with, well, not unfortunately because I ended up buying it, so I'm happy either way. But I ended up getting it through Beer Merchants because they were a little bit late to putting it on their website, but I didn't have to wait to add it to cart. I didn't have to wait to process the order. And yeah, I was on Honest Brew, and it was at the point where it's like, oh, you've got it now. You know, type your address, your postal details, and then put your bank account. But the fields where it was telling me to put the bank account, they were still technically loading, even if I refreshed the page. So I couldn't actually write down my address. I couldn't actually write down my payment details. So I just tried Beer Merchants, and it was so smooth because, of course, all the traffic is over, probably even right now as I'm speaking. And yeah, if you want to get in on the Rainbow Project, try both Beer Merchants and Honest Brew because it's such an exciting box of beers. And I wish I was back in the UK so I could go to one of the events because I can imagine that would be a damn good time. And yeah, so if you're watching this live or if you're watching this like a couple of hours after it's done, check out Beer Merchants and Honest Brew about the Rainbow Project from Siren. But yeah, I've ordered it, so I'm very happy. It's just a bitch that I have to wait until October the 6th to be able to drink these beers because that's when I'm going back to England for a week or so. So I've ordered it and I can't drink it, which is a shame because I'm really excited about these beers because being here in Germany, I don't have access to even a lot of the British brewers involved in the Rainbow Project. So it's going to be fairly interesting. And yeah, I'll probably be uploading those beer reviews mid-October because I've actually been recording a lot of, well, I'll say a lot of, I've recorded 3, you know, a lot. I've recorded a few Oktoberfest beer reviews. In fact, just recorded one a couple of hours ago. The Löwenbräu. And I'm going to be like Oktoberfest beer, Siren Rainbow Project beer, Oktoberfest beer, Siren Rainbow Project beer. So yeah, I don't need to buy any new beers for the foreseeable future because I've got video reviews ready up until the middle of October. But I still keep buying stuff anyway, and the better half is going to Rome at the end of the month, just before I leave for England. So I'll end up doing a little bit of a Beretta haul while no one's here. And then, of course, I'll have those craft beers back in England. And then potentially, this is a test to see if she's a keeper. Hopefully, I'll have some Italian craft beers to try when I come back to Germany. So, yeah, I really don't need to buy any new beers at all, but I have been doing, and especially with this Oktoberfest stuff, I want to do what I did with the winter beer reviews last year, and do like a series of Oktoberfest beers. And yeah, this is the third one. Got another one in the fridge, which I'm going to be recording tonight. But right now, I am drinking Meisel and Friends IPA, which is absolutely gorgeous. Clocking in at 6.3%. Not too sure if the video quality will allow you to actually read that. Not too sure what the hops are. Not too sure what the malts are either. But yeah, I've had this a few times now, but only just got round to reviewing it. So you're going to be seeing that beer review, late October at the very least. But yeah, enjoy the hoppy side of life. And our Indian Pale Ale, intense, pure, and awesome, which it is. But spoiler alert, it's not a hot bomb. It's not, a tropical fruit bowl or anything like that. It's just a really flavoursome, easy drinking, sessionable IPA. I mean, at 6.5%, you're not getting that at all, or 6.3, I should say. So you'll be drinking it, and then, I mean, you can buy a 6-pack here in Germany for around €6, and you can actually buy bottles in some places for €1 a bottle. So for €1 for a high quality IPA, it's go-to material. And Meisel and Friends do some absolutely gorgeous beers, and there's still quite a few that I need to try, which I very much look forward to actually trying. So yeah, that's really all I've got to report, to be honest. The next few beer reviews you will probably be seeing on the channel are all Crew Republic, because they sent me like a big box full of beers for me to try. So that'll be fun. And yeah, I don't know, it's just, I thought I'd try this out, and I am now going to post the link into Facebook to see if anybody can join me. So please bear with me. Hopefully this should work, so we should be able to continue the beer tuber stuff with Dean, Harry, Gaz, Jonathan, and Craig. So yeah, and I missed out on one of them, and I'm kicking myself for it because I really enjoy doing this live stuff with the other guys, and that's why I really enjoy craft beers and beer tube in general. But yeah, I'm just so happy that I've got the Rainbow Project box sorted out now. It's just going to be an absolute... I don't even want to think of how hard it is going to be not being able to drink any of the beers until the first week of October. Oh well, I'm going to quickly check the YouTube comments, see if anybody has actually commented. And apparently my latest beer review was uploaded 18 minutes ago. Yeah, I upload beer reviews in advance. I schedule them, and I completely forget what I've uploaded. And it also means I completely forget what I've said about those beers. So when people comment, um, I don't have really anything interesting to say, and I do actually really have to catch up on comments as well. So let's see if anyone's left a comment. Well, I've got one thumbs up, so that's one thing. God, my computer is so slow. All right, Dean.
Hello, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can I hear you fine?
Wicked,
Absolutely
wicked.
fine.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I'm just fucking relieved that I got that siren stuff sorted.
Yeah, I bet you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, because I was trying Honest Brew, and just every step of the actual buying process was just taking so long because so many people use the website, and then beer merchants put their post up, and I was just, as soon as I clicked it, it just could get it pretty much bought straight away.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you're doing better than me anyway on this setting it up, mate, because I'm still having a...
Yeah, well, basically what I did was, if I can get this to work now, when you go onto like the main YouTube page.
Yeah, because am I right in thinking you're not using an encoder?
No, I'm just using, I'm doing this straight from YouTube itself. It's pretty much the same process as Google Hangouts. It's just you don't have to go to the Google Hangouts page to get it set up.
Right, okay. Is that am I right in thinking that's where you've got the option of tick a box, you've got Google Hangouts, and then you've got using Coda? Is that what you mean?
I think so. I'm not sure if for some reason my layout's a bit different, but basically if you go to your Creator Studio and then click on where it says live streaming.
Okay.
And then, God, it's taking ages to load. Once you're on the live streaming, click on the events option.
Yeah.
So then once you're on the events option, you can go to, in the top right corner, it should say new live event.
Yeah.
So then you click that, and then you type in all your details.
Okay.
And I think once you've created the event, you can go into the event itself and then just press go live now, and it boots up straight away.
Right. Yeah. I'll have to look into it a bit more then, because I've tried to do it now about times now, and it keeps coming up saying start encoder, and I'm thinking, well, I didn't tick that box for encoder. I went on Google Hangouts. Quick, is it? Is it say quick brackets Google Hangouts or something like that?
Yeah. Are you still?
But it keeps asking me to put a bloody encoder on. I mean, I know the other day we tried doing. What was the software that we downloaded?
Livecast or something like that.
I doing that, got nowhere, so I uninstalled that, and I got something else now, XSplit, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But I haven't got a fucking clue, mate.
Yeah, I've just. It was the, the YouTuber Lee Russell. the Canadian, used to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He was just doing one of his like live hangout things, and he just mentioned that he did it through YouTube, and I was like, okay, I'll see if I can look this up. And then the first video that I looked up on how to set up a live stream, it just sorted it out straight away.
Right. Okay. Just have to play about with it a bit more. It's just I'm so used to doing it the old way, and
Yeah,
this is, you know, it's a bit of an effort, to be honest with you.
yeah,
But I suppose, I mean, you know, there's a way of doing it. You're doing it, so you know, I just need to look into it a bit more. I'm probably missing something.
yeah. It's just it's confusing, the fact that you have to set up an event before you can even stream live without an encoder. I don't understand why they've done that.
Makes no sense, does it?
No, it's exactly the same stuff. I mean, the layout of the hosting it looks exactly the same. It's just, and it's still classed as a Google Hangout. It's just done through YouTube. So
Yeah, it beats me anyway. Well, I was watching you before you put the link on anyway, and it was all running smoothly and everything. So
that's good. Yeah. So at least we can do live shows now. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I don't know if we're going to be doing one this Tuesday or not to make up for.
Yeah, I think a couple of people in the group said they'd potentially be interested in next week, but
Yeah, I don't mind.
yeah,
You know, as long as it's on a Tuesday, I'm not too fussed, to be honest.
I could definitely do Tuesday. So
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if it's
Well,
just
I mean,
a few of us, we could still do a
well,
little
that's it,
chat
yeah.
or something.
Just, just have a chat and a few beers, and you know, start being down the pub, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Well, I'm just glad I've got this sorted out.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a relief as well, isn't it? Because you're like in no man's land, aren't you? Before.
Yeah.
What are you supping on today, then?
Well, right now, I picked up a bottle of the Meisel and Friends IPA, and it sort of reminds me of the Brooklyn Brewery IPA that they do. Is it the East IPA?
Oh yeah, I had that in a can actually the other day.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's not a hop bomb or anything like that. It's not gonna like blow your mind with flavor, but there's just something about
Nice and smooth.
yeah. You can just easily sink down like a 6-pack of it.
Yeah, yeah. What I would call a beer that you don't really have to think about. You just
Yeah, exactly.
sort of, yeah.
But it actually has.
I picked up a Margin today.
I saw that in your little haul.
Yeah,
Was it
have you reviewed that? It's the Mark's chocolate
the
pop.
chocolate box? Yeah, I've reviewed that. It was really nice, that one.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing how chocolatey it actually is.
Oh right, okay, that'll be street then. I like things like that.
Yeah.
Especially with the weather getting a bit cooler now, you know, the darker beers will make their appearance a bit more now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, it's gone gloomy as hell here in Germany. Pretty much overnight, it was just boiling hot yesterday, but now it's been raining a lot. It's grey, it's cold.
Yeah.
Which suits me fine, to be honest. But
yeah, it was like that at the beginning of the week here. Monday and Tuesday, it was absolutely scorching. It must have been in the high 30s. It was just really scorching. And then come Wednesday, it just went down to like, I think it was about 14 or 15 degrees.
Yeah.
And it was like bloody winter, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to get any warmer again now. So it's just crazy. Just all of a sudden, it's just gone from one extreme to the other. But I'm not complaining because I just can't cope with the heat.
Yeah, it does weigh you down. I mean, I have to work. I have to work outside for a living, so
Oh yeah, Jesus.
really hot. It just you get to sort of like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're just completely worn out because you've been in it all day. You know, it just drains you.
Yeah. But yeah, are you drinking anything right now? Or
No, just finished a cup of tea, mate.
no? I think I'll
I will be.
have a
I
cup
will
of
be
tea in a
doing
little
some.
bit.
Yeah. Now I'll be cracking open a few in a bit. Doing too sure what I'm going to be picking out now.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few to choose from, so I'll just sort of close my eyes and just reach for one thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you find that when you're doing reviews that do you have it in your something that like okay I'm drinking a BrewDog beer, fridge and just pull out whatever.
well, to be honest, I try and make sure I've got as little beer as possible, so then I don't have the headache of picking stuff up, and then you realise you've got a beer that's like 2 months out of date that you should have drunk like 4 months earlier. So I'm always, it probably ends up costing me more buying like 3 or 4 bottles at a time when I go to wherever. But yeah, I never really have too many beers at once to pick from, so I know what I want to drink, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try and sort of plan out what I'm going to be doing and just sort of take them out of the fridge,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for half an hour before I want to drink them or so, just to let them just sort of, you know, be more palatable, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up going to Beretta in a little bit, to be honest, because I'm in the mood to pick up a few things.
Yeah.
Because I've pretty much got the apartment to myself for most of the night anyway, so it's like, why not?
Yeah, fair play to you. I know that. Have they got an online shop? Have they?
No, they've got a website, but they don't actually operate out of the website, and it actually needs updating. To be honest, because
they get the beers in there then. I'm guessing.
Yes and no. Actually, yeah, the range is really good. Yeah, it is. It's just they don't really get that many new things in on that much of a regular basis. If you go there every 2 or 3 weeks, you'll probably notice a big difference. But if you're like a regular customer there, you'll probably end up drinking their latest stock before you pick up something.
I mean, it was literally yesterday I went to Cotteridge Wines and completely overwhelmed just going in there. It was just like, where do you start, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even with the range that Beretta has, I still, when I go, I sometimes think, oh, I'm going to pick up this, this, and this. But as soon as I step into there, I'll notice like something on that shelf or something where a beer that I wanted used to be. And then I'll be like, I want to get something completely different now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I picked up, I mean, I just had to pick that up. I picked up a can of the Beavertown Invasion of the Lupinoids, is it? Their new can that they've got out.
Yeah. Are they
try that tonight?
Yeah. Are they using that to replace Gamma Ray? I'm sure I read somewhere.
I don't think so. No. I think Gamma Ray's, you know, I mean, that's part of their core range, and it has been for ages. Lupinoids is going to be part of their core range as well.
Oh, okay.
It's not a seasonal beer or a limited release or anything like that. That's what they told me in the shop anyway.
Okay, because I'd seen a couple of people like labeling the new Beavertown as a replacement to the Gamma Ray, but it's like, why would they replace Gamma Ray? It's one of the most popular
I mean, it's
beers.
it's part of Beavertown, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I might have that tonight actually. That was the first beer I've actually picked up because as you walked into the shop, it was like there on your right. Yeah, I'm not even messing about there.
Yeah.
You got to be so careful because it could just run away with you. You could just end up just trolley in there and killing it.
Oh yeah. It's like every time I go into Beretta, one of the guys who owns it, Martin, he's always trying to get me to buy. It's like, I don't know what brewery it is, I can't remember what it is, but it's a barrel aged stout that every time I'm going in there and he's working at, he's saying, "Oh, Pete, you've got to try this. You've got to try this." But it's like €19 for like a 750ml bottle, and it's like, I can't right now.
Yeah. You want to, but
yeah,
I was like that yesterday. I mean, some of the prices of beers, you've got to be sort of sensible, or you could spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds in there within a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Down the road, there's another beer shop as well, about a mile down the road. I think it's Sturchley. Sturchley Wines.
Yeah.
And I went in there after as well and got a few more beers. And he let me try. They've got a few taps in there.
Oh, nice.
And the Magic Rock Thornbridge Exalted. He gave me a little taste of that. Yeah, that was nice. He did like growlers. I think it was
nice.
£6 for 750ml of that.
That's not bad at all, though.
Yeah, well, £12. And
they
had a few other beers on in there as well. But yeah, I was impressed with that shop as well. Really nice selection of beers in there.
I don't know if it's just Beretta, because I've been to a few shops when I've been back in the UK, but I've never really took notice of it. But I've noticed that they never really seem to put the prices for the beers. And when I've seen like photos of some of the other shops here in Germany, you look at the shelves and there's no like labels on the shelf to tell you how much the beer is, and it's and that's why I don't know.
Yeah,
I get a little bit, I don't know, afraid to just pick bottles off the shelf just in case you pick one up and it's like, oh, it's like €8. Thanks. It's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, I noticed in that beer shop that I went into, the second one, they had cans. They had like a little BrewDog selection at the bottom, and they had cans of I think is it the Black Eyed Imp?
Yeah.
I think online they're about £9.50 a can, and he had a few down there, but he had like the prices written down on the shelves, and it said £4.50 something. So I thought, I'm going to have that, and then he said, "Oh no," he said, they're wrong, mate. It's the cans have been moved over where they shouldn't have been. I was like,
fuck.
I really want to try that beer, but I don't really want to spend £9.50 on a can of beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them things. Maybe one day.
Maybe if you've got like a milestone, or when you've got an excuse to buy something like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually really quite tight-fisted when it comes to buying beers.
Well, I think it's like everybody though. They like a bargain, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get decent craft beer, I know you were saying about that. Is it the Meisel beer, €1 a bottle?
Yeah. For
It's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's not just like a crap attempt at an IPA. It's actually, if you enjoy IPAs, there's a 90% chance you're going to really enjoy it. So it's like €3. I'm happy to pay that, but nearly €3 for a bottle of BrewDog's Punk IPA, even though I really enjoy Punk IPA as well.
Well, I'm sure, over there, a bottle of Beck's or Heineken, I bet you're not going to get much change from €1 with that, though, are you? Or is that more?
All I can judge from Beck's is pretty much like a 6-pack of 330ml bottles, and you'll end up paying probably at most €3 to €4 for a 6-pack. And I noticed Warsteiner was on sale recently for a 6-pack of 500ml bottles, and they were selling it for like €2 for a 6-pack.
For a 6-pack?
Yeah, for a 6-pack of Warsteiner. And it's like, even if you're not in the mood for it, you see that and you're like, oh, I've got to pick that up.
You've got to, yeah. You'd be an absolute buy, wouldn't you? That's just an absolute steal.
Yeah. But that's actually quite the good thing about what I found anyway with German craft beer is 90% of even like the limited release stuff is not really that expensive. You'll probably end up paying €4 at most. But then you get some breweries who just like charge double that for essentially the same style, which might have a little bit of a twist to it. But it's like, I don't really want to take that risk right now of trying that. So it's like a double-edged sword here. But I suppose it's like that back in wherever, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's just, I suppose everyone's all slightly a bit guilty of envy for, like yourself over in Germany. You can get it and vice versa, and same as the American beer tubers. You see what they're drinking, you think, bloody hell, I wish we could get it over here. Like, I mean, I'm beers go. I'm really getting into them, digging them. I mean, I did. The missus went to Aldi last week, and I just said, oh, if you see anything in there, just grab it, mate. And she ended up getting me a bottle of Rheinbacher.
Rheinbacher, I recognise the name.
Yeah, Crown. It's
oh yeah. I recognise that label.
It was just over £1 a bottle, and it was a nice, smooth pilsner. I was happy with it.
Yeah. That's one thing I've found. You very rarely come across crap when it's not like stuff like Beck's. I mean, I won't lie, when we're on a night out or something with like the other half's friends and that sort of thing, you'll find like Beck's green lemon for like €1 in a bar, and it's like, yeah, that'll do. The lemon actually adds flavour to it, but there's just so many breweries in Germany.
Do you think like Germany as a whole is completely saturated with breweries, or is it sort of there's enough to go around for everybody sort of thing?
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not in the biggest city, but I'd say there's 4 fairly big breweries within not too many miles away from me, and that's just one little city.
Okay.
But you find in some of these bigger traditional breweries who've been around since for hundreds of years are slowly starting to do their own little experimental beers and starting to get in the craft market. So you'll always find interesting beers. And as a beer reviewer, there's almost no end to the stuff that you can get hold of.
It's unlimited, isn't it? The resources that you can pull from it is just unlimited.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean 10 beers a day. You're never ever going to be able to keep up with it because whether like you say, old school breweries that have been going for hundreds of years, tapping into this niche, shall we say, thing with craft beer or whatever. I mean, it's happening over here as well, haven't you? You've got the more traditional breweries, that the real ale people, and they've started to tap into the craft beer market now. I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah. And it's like they don't charge like typical craft prices for the most part, anyway, for what they offer. So it's good. It's good for people who aren't really into that sort of stuff to begin with. But it's not going to cost you too much to try one of these beers. I mean, all the stuff that you get now in like B&M bargains and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's refreshing, and most of these real ale companies as well. I mean, Fuller's springs to mind because I recently reviewed their Frontier Lager, and obviously they're aiming it at the Carling guy, aren't they? They're trying to sort of wean them off that rubbish and get them drinking that. I mean, Witchwood, they had a go at doing it. I don't know if you've ever tried their.
I've not tried it yet, but I'll probably end up trying it when I'm back in England because I
didn't rate that myself, but fair play for letting them, for them doing it, like, because it's going to get somebody off the run of the mill rubbish. Well, that's the plan anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or not.
But yeah, it's like even Beck's have started to do their own little craft line, which it's one of those things where it's not bad. It's a lot more drinkable, a lot more flavoursome than pretty much most of the Beck's range that's available anyway. But you drink it and you're like, it's like they've not tried to like really get the most of the style that they're trying to do. But again, it's good for like the regular Beck's drinkers. You'll see this new beer on the shelf and they'll be like, yeah, I'll try that. So it works in that regard. So I don't know, it's like this constantly evolving thing I've found.
Yeah. I know I was watching a video the other day. It was one of Simon Martin's videos, and I can't remember what beer he was drinking now, but he was going on the lines of the big boys having to sort of resource into craft beer because they're having their markets slowly being eroded. So they've had to, jump on it and try and form something themselves.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's fair dues, isn't it? At the end of the day, they've been ages and ages, and then the craft beer guys come along and start eating away at their profits.
Yeah, it's better than them just like completely trying to. I mean, I'd rather see them try their own attempt at it than just, oh well, we're just going to buy out the competition.
Yeah, that annoys me. That does. Yeah, it's like we can't be asked to do what you're doing, so we'll just open a checkbook and just absorb your company.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff pisses me off. But it's going to keep happening, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there was that I can't remember what it's called, but that Belgian brewery that was bought out by, was it InBev recently?
Yeah. I
can't remember what they're called, but they've got like a
Was it something to do with the bottle, was it?
I'm not too sure. All I know it was up until the AB InBev takeout or buyout, it was like a fully family-run brewery. I can't remember what the beer was called now. It's like actually really quite highly regarded brewery from what I remember.
Yeah. Seems to be happening all the time now, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's quieting down a bit over here in the UK. I'm trying to think off the top of my head the last brewery that actually got bought out by the big boys. In Camden, that was a few years back, wasn't it? Meantime,
Yeah, yeah,
Shops. Yeah, I can't really
yeah. I
think of
can't
it, to be
really
honest
think of
with you.
any fairly recent takeovers.
But I know I saw something on Facebook a long while ago, and I thought it was a piss take, but it was something about Beerhawk being bought out.
Really?
You know, and I'm thinking, what? Even the brewers are buying out fucking bottle shops now.
Yeah,
So I'm sure it was on Facebook,
yeah,
and it was going on the lines of AB InBev or Saf Miller, or one of the big boys,
yeah, yeah.
Beerhawk.
I'm
So
sure. Yeah, I'm sure I remember something about along those lines, and it doesn't surprise me that they've started trying to get into that sort of market as well.
yeah,
But they should know that if they bought like Beerhawk and then tried to say, oh well, you've got to stock our beers, nobody
yeah.
would
I
buy
think
them.
that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a vehicle to sell their rubbish, basically,
yeah.
alongside yourself. I'm sure it might have been AB InBev,
Probably.
but I
It
just
makes
thought,
sense.
where does it end?
Yeah,
Where does it end?
yeah. I mean, you do get some of these buyouts and takeovers, and they're just doing it, obviously, to profit from the success of whoever the biggest craft brewer is at the time. But sometimes they just like, well, you carry on doing what you're doing. We can offer you bigger distribution, blah, 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 but we won't touch your beers.
Yeah,
But,
that springs to
yeah,
mind. It'd be Pilsner Urquell, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Because they got bought out, but they got left to carry on making it as it was.
yeah. And I hope with the takeout of some of these like bigger Belgian breweries, like these traditional, well-established breweries, I hope that the big corporations don't start meddling with recipes and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
I mean, I think that was the downfall to Sharps Brewery,
Yeah,
because is it Molson Coors that bought them?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, they were obviously watching them. They were watching from a distance, and they were noticing. I mean, because at one point, Doom Bar was like the kind of beer in England.
yeah,
And they're watching, they're seeing that, and they're thinking, hang on a minute,
yeah.
we'll jump in on
I want a
this.
piece of that.
Which is the brewery, and the beer is not the same anymore now. I don't care what anybody says. It's just not the same pint of beer anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time that I actually tried any of the Sharp stuff. I think it was like early last year, and it was like, yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit above.
Yeah, I mean, it's not disgusting. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I think that's the trouble as well. A lot of people, would say you're a craft snob because you're. I mean, we're not sitting here now slating it. We're just saying it's not as tasty as what we normally drink.
yeah, exactly. And it's like,
We're not saying it's disgusting. And it's not like that at all.
yeah. And I've actually, with this whole craft beer soft stuff, I've always found that, for the most part, whenever I do go back to England, I always just try and make the most of like the supermarket deals, like the 4 for £6, 3 for a fiver.
Yeah.
Because when I'm there, I don't really want to be spending so much money on a lot of these craft brews, because I'm like, I'm not really back home for this. I just want something to casually drink, because it probably ends up costing me more taking stuff back with me.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I've said as well. I think there's like maybe a group. Well, definitely the likes of Harry, Craig, and Jonathan, and Gareth, that
Yeah.
we appreciate craft beer, we drink it, we like it, now and again, and drink, you know, traditional cheaper beers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah, I've always had that thing of if it tastes good, I'll rave about it. I'll, try and promote it as best I can. If it's not, I won't
Yeah.
like really criticize it because I won't waste the time and effort of promoting a beer that I find really awful. And that's the thing. I can't really think of too many beers aside from when I used to drink like Carling, Carlsberg, Budweiser, that sort of stuff. But I can't think of too many beers since I've started like doing beer reviews and started to get into like craft real ales. I can't think of many that have been awful to me. They've always had something about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think that's a good quality to have, though,
Yeah,
than completely shutting yourself off from it. All right, you know, like we said, it's not going to be as tasty, a pleasant drink.
yeah.
You know,
It's like,
you'd stay clear of the bloody tramp juice,
yeah,
or maybe do a
oh
review
yeah,
now and again, just for giggles, you know.
yeah. But it's like I've always wanted to try a lot of like Omnipollo's beers and that sort of stuff. But when it came to actually like seeing the price tag of one of their beers, I'd probably be like, yeah, I really want to try this, but for that price, I could buy 2 or 3 dependable,
Yeah,
high quality beers of my own. And I don't know, I'm always willing to try new stuff.
I
But
think.
I sometimes have these moments where I'm like, for the price I paid for this, it is a bad beer. That sort of thing. It's not technically a bad beer, but for the price that I've paid
Yeah.
for a certain beer and I've not enjoyed it, that to me is just a regret. But that's the
Yeah.
thing with beer reviewing. It's like you take a gamble every time you buy a
Yeah.
new beer.
And come into it, I think.
Yeah,
I don't mention price on every review. In fact, I can't remember the last time. Well, I'm not too sure. It's got to be a few reviews ago when I said, "Yeah, no, this beer is
yeah,
whatever." It is important because, like you said, you know, you can. Well, my personal opinion of it, I bought a 500 ml can of Lager,
hmm,
Dorothy's New World Lager, and it was
yeah,
and it was a lager, nothing else. It didn't blow my mind or anything. You know, I could have
yeah,
bought, you know, two or three beers of the same style and been just as satisfied.
yeah. Exactly.
So some breweries use it to their advantage, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, when we were supposed to be doing our chat on Tuesday, I bought a bottle of Rogue's hazelnut, like brown ale, and
Okay.
that was like €4 for a 330ml bottle, which I think is reasonable. But I see like these like the Sriracha Stout and these like donut beers that they do, these like big 750ml bottles, and from
Yeah.
90% of the people who I've seen talk about them, like yourself, like you've mentioned it a couple of times, it's
Yeah.
like I don't see the point in actually spending that
Yeah.
much money for something.
I won't be going down that road again. Not with them anyway.
Yeah,
They had them in Cotteridge yesterday, and I saw them. It was in a bottle, 750 ml, and it was their lemon something. It was the donuts, you know, Rogue
oh yeah,
and the donut range or collaboration. And yeah, it was, I think it was 11 quid, 12 quid a bottle. But I thought, now I'm not going down that road because I did it with the stout.
yeah,
and I wasn't impressed with it at all. It was overpriced.
Yeah, from what I've heard,
Disappointed with that.
it's even overpriced back in the US, from what I've
Yeah,
heard people saying.
a lot of American beer tubers don't really dig Grove for
Yeah,
the price. Yeah,
but yeah, that beer that I had from them in like just a 330ml bottle, it wasn't anything too out there. It wasn't, you know, a really experimental beer, but it was actually really, really nice. It delivered what it promised, and I'm like, I'm happy to pay that every now and then, €4 for a beer like that, especially the fact that it's been imported from America to Germany, where craft
Yeah.
beer is still quite young, so it's not really established. I mean, you can get, I mean, as much as I love Tuol, and I'll probably still buy them while I'm here, it's like nearly €5 a pop for one of their beers. It's like,
Yeah.
I've seen them so much cheaper, like back in the UK.
Yeah.
And it's,
Well, I ordered all beers before. Where I've ordered them online from Beer Gonzo or you know other online shops.
yeah.
Our last two all beer I ordered from Beer Jump. I put an order in with them. With their service, that they are worth taking a look at.
Oh, nice.
And I bought they do a can of pills, session pilsner. I haven't had it yet, but I mean that was only, I think that was about €3 for 500 ml,
nice.
which I thought was not too bad really.
Yeah. But yeah, it's,
I think I paid £4 for the Thirsty Frontier, which was a session IPA.
yeah.
Fantastic beer. Yeah. You just got to look about, haven't you? Shop about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people have stitched you up, and then you know other places you can get a bargain.
Yeah, it's like, I've not really ordered anything from any of the German, like, online bottle shops, because a lot of the time it's just so expensive, especially when you see some of their bundles of beers that they do. And it's like, I don't want to spend that much when I could probably wait like a few months to when I'm potentially back in England and have a more direct like bottle shop, like Behemoth in Manchester or something like that.
When are you back in the UK?
I'm back between the 6th and the 17th of October.
And where are you stationed? Is it up north?
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's a small shithole called Skelmersdale, but it's
Yeah, I've heard you mention that before. Yeah,
it's pretty much almost directly between Liverpool and Manchester. So I've got good access to, and I've just found out that there's a bottle shop opened like in the nearest town to me. So I've got a lot more access to craft beers.
Cool.
But I've kind of shot myself in the foot with ordering this Siren box set, because I'll have all this beer waiting for me, and I'll probably not end up buying that much while I'm back in England, and then I'll miss out on some really good like British beers. Like, you very rarely come across any Siren beers here in Germany, any Wild Beer Co. beers, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I put the like pretty much £40 to this Siren box set, is because I can finally try some of these breweries that I've wanted to try for such a long time.
And you get a nice glass with it as well, by the looks of the picture that you posted. Yeah.
And I also saw, I think I posted that in the group as well, but Beer Merchants are also doing a Manchester BeerCon sampling pack on their website for like just over £20, and it's got some really, really interesting beers. And when you sum up how much they charge for each beer, you're like getting like 10 to 20 quid's worth, from what I remember, free basically. I'll have to post it again in the group because it's a really interesting selection of beers, not just from like the UK, but there's some really interesting breweries outside of the UK as well. And I was like, if I can't get hold, yeah, and that was going to be my backup plan if I couldn't get hold of the Siren box.
I do like beer merchants, though. I've had a few orders off them. Quicker their deliveries as well.
Yeah. I just hope that some of the beers that come in that rainbow box don't like deteriorate in like in terms of flavour before I get back. Especially some of these like more hoppy, fruit forward beers, but at the same time it's less than a month away, so they shouldn't really
I
age too badly.
I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that's not a massive overlap in time, is it?
But yeah, I think the last time I've ever ordered any beers online was, I think it was about a year and a half ago when Brewdog released the Mashtag 2015 and the first release of Hinterland. So I just thought, I really want to try these beers. I'll order them, but I had to like wait 6 months before I could taste them because they were shipped to the UK. But I actually think it worked in their favour, to be honest, because they were like 10.5, 11% ABV.
Matured nicely.
Yeah, I think that's the closest I'll ever come to actually aging beers because I get too impatient.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said on the previous Hangouts, I've got Yellow Belly, which I haven't touched since the beginning of the year. And it's still in the cupboard. I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah.
I bought a few more bottles yesterday with the hope of aging. I might just leave that Marshall and Friends, that chocolate bar. I might just forget about that for a while.
Oh, that could be nice.
And I also bought, but it's got the ABV to keep it there, hasn't it? To leave it. And I got a Cloudwater bomber as well. It was the Cherry Imperial Stout.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that that'd be quite nice to put up for a while. Whether I do that or not, it doesn't matter. But I have good intentions to try anyway.
Yeah, it's like I was saying before, I'm not really going to be buying too many beers when I'm back in England, but I'm going to try and stock up on as many Cloudwater whatever's available at the time, because I want to see how good Cloudwater actually is with all the hype and all the positive feedback that they've received. Well. Yeah.
Rightly deserved. They're fantastic. I've missed out on a few beers because Beer Gonzo, when I was going there quite a bit, their beers were coming in and they were just going straight out.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And then when all these dippers were coming out, you just couldn't get your hand on them. Whether the novelty's worn off with all that now or not, but like all the other, like their spring autumn stuff, spring summer autumn winter range, whether they're making it don't last long in the shops.
Oh yeah, I mean, I even had trouble buying some of their stuff last time I was actually in Manchester as well. Where was it? It was I can't remember. Yeah, it was Behemoth in Manchester. I think Rob's been there a few times and Stuart. And I went in there thinking, oh, they'll have quite a good range of Cloudwater beers. I think they only had a couple of bottles of one of their styles. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that in Beer Gonzo, all their IPAs and their I think they did a collab porter, custard porter or something.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone talk.
All that had just that flew off the shelf.
Yeah.
And all you were left with, they did like 3 or 4 lagers that they did.
Yeah.
They were on the shelf still. But I think Rob said on one of his periscopes that not worth trying really, you know. Well, if you try one, they're all more or less the same.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's,
so I never bothered.
I think that was pretty much the options that I had when I had my first experience with Club. I think it was one of their lagers and a brown ale, and I was like,
brown ale, yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not really too in the mood for that. I wanted something that was a bit more experimental. That's when I've become a little bit of a craft beer snob, when you're like, that's too normal. Especially when you hear of the reputation.
Yeah. I mean, that one of their best beers, in my opinion, was they did an orange sour, Seville orange.
Mm-hmm. I've seen quite a few people review that. I think
oh man, that's fantastic stuff. Really low ABV, 3.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the flavour from it, and it was like drinking freshly squeezed orange juice.
Ooh.
Hot bite to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, boiling hot day, you just really sink them. Fantastic beer.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, because that's the thing with Cloudwater, isn't it? They've got no core range, have they?
No, it's just whatever they brew is it, and you've just got to wait till.
I mean, from a business model, that's quite scary, isn't it? It's like a leap of, because they keep moving it.
Oh yeah.
But I suppose now, because they've built up such a good reputation, they've got the leeway to do that now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Any comments?
I'll quickly check, see what we've got. Got one from Tony Howard, actually, saying how to get in the test, which I think is because I think I've still labelled this as a test. And Doc Hendricks says hi.
Yeah. Hi.
But yeah, I don't. I was just, when I was doing this, I posted the link in the group, obviously, just to test it more than anything else.
Yeah.
Really expected to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think Harry put a message on this page as well. Yeah, he's on about doing a test on Monday. Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed.
Yeah, I can happily pop into.
Oh no, I wouldn't be able to do Monday. No, I won't be able to do Monday. I'm working Monday night.
Okay. Well,
I am. I just realised.
I think we should just potentially go ahead with Tuesday then. If we know it works, I'm happy to host it. I've not got the best internet connection, but I don't think there's been too much lag so far.
No, it's been fine.
Yeah, so.
Like I say, I think you were up and running before you put the link on. You were up and running for a good 5 minutes plus.
Yeah.
And I was watching, and it was a smooth video. Yeah.
Well, nice. So yeah, if we can't figure something out with other people, then I'm happy to, for now anyway, to host the chat. I'm just happy that we can actually do this. I mean, I'd have been happy just doing like a regular hangout without it publishing to YouTube, just to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
But the fact that we can do it on YouTube now and actually get people outside of the group contacting, that's
what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just, it's just nice to guys, isn't it? So it's just nice to just talk about your hobby with other people. Because I know most of my mates, if I start talking craft beer, they're like, "Oh, fuck off with that. I'm not interested." You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to like it. So you you do this to get to know other people that like what you like. That's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like doing it. It's like I do beer reviews. I'm not really here for like, oh, the subscribers or let's see how many views I could get on this video. It's like that's why I've really stopped like editing videos, and like the first 3 months that I was doing beer reviews, I was like spending way too long putting stuff together, and I'd rather like keep in, like if I detect something new like 6 minutes into the review, I'd rather keep that in and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Although I do really want to start.
Editing.
I do really want to start video lengths.
Fair play. So I'm guessing I'll leave it in your capable of hands then of sorting something out for this week.
Yeah, no problem.
You're going to host it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll happily host it if anyone else has any issues.
If you just put a link up again like you did, I'll just click on it and join wherever. I'm guessing it'll be 8 o'clock again, then.
Yeah, same time.
Yeah. Good.
So I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. We could always do it on a rotation when everybody knows what they're doing. You know, we could all take it in turns being a host or something. I don't know. I mean, I haven't got a problem with Barry doing it. If he wants to do it, then fair play. But I suppose it's just moving it around different channels, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interaction on their channels, then, don't they, as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed since I've been joining chats, a rise in my own subscribers. So
yeah,
and it's just more people, not only who are watching the videos, but more people who, like, a few weeks down the line, be like, "Oh, is it all right if I join this week's chat?" And it's like, "Yeah, come on in."
Yeah, more the merrier. I mean, we've got our core people, haven't we? And then we can just add different people on different weeks, can't we? Just to bring something new to the table.
Yeah, because I think the maximum we can have at one time is either 8 or 10. So, yeah, that's a good chunk of people.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, a lot of people can bring their pennies worth in, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we'll run with that then. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Well, I'll message the group in a little bit just to put the feelers out there.
All right then. We'll call it. I'm going to go and get a beer.
All right then. What are you drinking first, or
mate.
haven't you decided yet?
I might crack open that Beavertown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'll review that one. And then I've got another Brighton beer. I was going to keep that for Tuesday when we were doing a hangout, but it never happened, and I never got around to drinking it. That Chucky Ruffin Brewer.
Oh yeah.
So I might have that, and yeah. Right. Okay then, mate.
All right. Nice one. Nice talking to you as always. I'm just glad that we've got this sorted out.
Yeah. It's everything's all great this end, and I'm sure it's the same yours.
Yeah.
Nice one, pal.
All right then. Nice one.
Cheers.
See you later.